I use it to retain the heat inside.
I'm Peggy Jay. I've been in the greenhouse gardening since 2000. I guess I was one of the first full-time members. And I garden in the greenhouse, but I also have my own garden outside that I do both inside and outside. It's about 3 o'clock and the sun is out, so it's actually quite warm in here. And even though the temperature might be cool tonight, it's actually a perfect time to start planting some of the cool plants. They're the ones that I call your lettuce, your spinach, your beets. I think you see some of my beets that I planted. And I think behind me you see Stefan has brought in some of his lettuce, which will survive. They can grow, but he's already got some growing already too. And if you peer over there, some of the other plots that are over there, people have brought in peas and they seem to be going really well. I would say for today, start some of your cool plants, but it looks like the weather might be good for the next few days. So I may start experimenting and bringing in my broccoli plants from home and maybe sacrifice one and see if it made it through the night. And I will probably start my snow peas in here too the next couple of days. And also, since the beans seems to be surviving, I'll bring in my beans. Definitely not the time to bring in tomatoes nor zucchinis, any of that needs that kind of that hot weather, because the weather is still too variable right now.
How do we prepare for the fluctuating temperatures? What have you done with your plot?
Well, actually, for now, I've got beets and lettuce and seeds in there. To give it that extra boost of heat, I've covered it with plastic, and on top of that, I've also put a blanket on there as well too, just to give it that extra boost to pop up. I will also, as the shoot comes up, I will also be monitoring to see what the weather is like. So there's usually about a 6 degrees difference between outside and inside the greenhouse. So if it gets like below 0 outside, like -5 or -10, then I'm going to be running in here and covering up my plants, because then there's a risk of freezing. So it's a lot of like checking on the weather and then making sure your plants are going to survive. The daytime would be not a problem, but it's the nighttime, and if the sun is out, then that also affects it, because that means the sun will heat up the greenhouse, which will heat up the soil, and so you get some heat and it will grow. But if there's no sun and it's cloudy and the temperature's low, run in here and cover up. Grow things you want to eat. Peas and beans grow well in here. When the hot season comes, tomatoes grow really well, zucchinis grow well. I've had cucumbers in here as well too. These are all the edible type of a thing. Broccoli grows well in here, as does cabbage and things like that. So actually, any of those items will grow well in here. People are always welcome to ask questions. And I'm here. I'm always hanging around the greenhouse at one point or another. So just ask questions.